Hello everyone, thank you for joining today's video, which is the Ferrari 643 driven by French driver Jean Alesi. This is one of the most beautiful Ferrari cars ever made in my opinion, and the 2022 Ferrari is actually based on this exact car. Well, this exact color scheme I should say, and we'll see why in just a bit. So this is the box of GP Replicas, should be familiar by now. Basically just a blacked out box with at the right down corner a silver logo of GP Replicas. Right here we have the article number of the car, year of the car, number of the driver, which is 28, and the driver's name, Jean Alesi. So let's open it and let's take a closer look, shall we? Ooh, I can already see perfectly nice details. Alright, let's get all this plastic off. Let's put this back on, and there it is. But before I continue this review, I want to do one thing first, which is actually to apply these water slide decals, which I think is just more historically accurate than a review without these decals. So I'll put on the decals first, so I'll see you in a bit. Right, the power of editing. Here I am again with magically applied water slide decals. One thing that strikes my eye immediately is this beautiful color red. So the 2022 car of Ferrari is actually based on the color scheme of the 90s Ferrari. This car has a lot of history to it, but before I give you another history lesson, let's get started at the front of the car and work our way back like always. Front wing of the car, beautiful carbon fiber weave we have going on there. And these beautiful slots between the flaps, which honestly, I really dig that. What I think was new for either 1990 or 91 were these flaps next to the wheels that continue next to the wheels to direct more airflow underneath the car. This car already looks pretty futuristic for 1991 actually. At the front of the nose we have a Ferrari logo, above that a Weber logo, Magneti Marelli. Then we have a small little inlet there, I'm not really sure what that is for. Above that we have digital, race number 28, which is actually one of my favorite race numbers. In the Formula 1 video game I actually raced with 28 myself. Above that we have a logo of a GP. Above that we have the beautiful water slide decal of Marlboro, which I applied before this video actually. Yeah, but what I just really like about 1990s cars are those really rounded noses that basically pointed all the way down. Right, then we have the suspension, a little bit of a different setup than we're used to. I think we have an extra bar hill, which we're not really used to. This car comes with beautiful Goodyear Eagle tires. And talking about tire manufacturers, I believe I've read that 1991 was the last year for competing tire manufacturer Pirelli to be in Formula 1. And they basically returned in 2011. And that's basically the tire manufacturer we all know and love. Well, not really love, but we all know today. Anyway, let us continue with the side pod. Above the side pod we have this beautiful little Ferrari logo, what I believe is called the prodding horse, if I'm 100% correct. If not, the Tifosi will come after me. Then we'll get to the cockpit, and one beautiful thing about the cockpit again is this beautiful velvet material, and I think this is the first time we'll see this in a tan/beige type of color. What's also very nice is that we can see a little pad at the headrest at the air intake, which just basically stops you from banging your head every time you stop this powerful V12. Inside looking really nice, we have this seat belts going on there with some beautiful separate die-cast material as well. And this time actually the seat belts match the color of the car very nicely. The steering wheel looking really nice. It is pretty soft. It's not like a full-on velvet material, but it is soft. This thing was basically powered by a naturally aspirated V12. Mirrors looking really nice, don't really have this very crazy mechanical high engineered look to it, really look like it taken off a road car really. Then we get to the side pod of the car, which again, what I really like about the 90s era cars, are just the flat side pods. Then we get to the side of the side pods, which once again, these beautiful, these silver buttons we have going on there, the rivets or something like that. Beautiful detail we have going on there, and I can't stretch it enough. We need more little details like this. Details like this make or break a motor car in my opinion. We have a small little radiator going on there, and a lot of logos for Ferrari's part actually. We have a Pioneer logo, a GP, Magneti Marelli, and not really, I've seen a lot of motor cars and have no idea what it is. Weber, Ericsson's, and SKF. So this car is actually pretty famous for the teammate of Jean Alesi, which at the time being was Alain Prost until the Japanese Grand Prix. I believe he was sacked at the Japanese Grand Prix, right? Alain Prost was basically sacked from Ferrari because he said this thing drove like a truck, or handled like a truck, or anything in that matter. Anyway, he wasn't really fond of this car, and that basically resulted in him being sacked. If I had to go in this car, I would keep my mouth shut and just smile all the time, because I mean, look at it, it's beautiful. Prost can better keep his mouth shut because he was also sacked from I believe it was the Renault team, right? He was also sacked with Renault. I mean, why? You drive beautiful cars, keep your mouth shut, you can drive for them. In my opinion, the most beautiful thing about this motor car is basically the air intake. What I just can't stress enough, what I just absolutely love is this beautiful little shape of a shark, and basically where the driver headrest is, it had a very small curve. What's pretty interesting to see, and I'm not really sure if I've seen this before, is this air scoop at the back of the car. Rear suspension looking really nice. We also have carbon fiber parts going on there as well. Alright, spoiler alert, we go to the rear wing. One thing I can't stress enough is details. And GP Replicas does that very well. If you look at the rear wing of the car, again we see slots in there too. And I mean, that's beautifully done, really. Look at that. And I was already wondering where the mandatory sponsor was of the tire manufacturer, but I found it. It's actually at the rear wing. Very unusual spot actually. We almost always see it at the front of the nose, really. Beautiful yellow logo of Egypt. Underneath there, another logo of Goodyear. Once again, the beautiful race number of 28. Beautiful exhaust, really. Two next to each other, 2 times. Beautifully done. Oh wow, that is attention to detail. If we zoom very closely in there, we have the original Ferrari logo at the back. That's amazing, really. Look at that. So that's basically the car in depth, but the car also comes with a beautiful leather base as well. It's a black leather base, black stitching as well, and we have a beautiful plaque that reads 643 1991 number 28 Jean Alesi limited edition, 999 pieces, made of course by GP Replicas. Right, there we have it. This is everything included in your purchase, and I mean, I hope I can share with you my love for 90s Formula 1 cars. They're beautifully done, really. Without any disrespect to current Formula 1 teams or drivers or whatever. I think currently it's more about technology than it is about pure driving and real racing. And I think the mix in the 90s and late 80s, and especially, you know, 60s, 70s as well, was just about pure racing. But this had the perfect balance of technology as well, which I just really like about the 90s cars. So that's basically the review, so thank you very much for sticking around. Thank you very much GP Replicas for sending me this model to review. This is actually the week, and I hope I can release this in the week, but during filming, this is actually the week of the Zandvoort GP of 2022. And I'll be attending the Super Friday. I've been invited to go there, and I'll happily say that I'll be joining the Orange Army on the, I believe it's the 2nd of September. I believe this is the first video after I've hit 1,000 subscribers. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for letting me reach 1,000 subscribers. Really hope to grow a really huge fan base really together. So thank you very much. I won't change because of the fame. I've only reached 1,000 subscribers, so it's not really fame, is it? Really hope you like this review, and I can't wait to see you in the next one as well. So thank you sincerely, and hope to see you in the next one as well.